Light. You trying to be funny, boy? No, I'm just asking a question. Of course, there's light. There's light all over the place. Open your eyes. Light is everywhere. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand. Second part of the question, sir. Is there darkness? Well, now, son, if there was, everybody knows there's darkness. There's light and there's darkness. No, sir. There's not. Huh? What are you talking about? Sir, there's light. There's light all over the place here. We have watts of light, megawatts of light. Light from light bulbs, candles, lanterns, flashlights, matches, the sun, the moon. There's all kind of light, sir. But what kind of darkness is there? You can bring me a light bulb, a flashlight, a match. But, sir, can you bring me a bag of darkness? I failed to see your point, son. What do you have to say? Get it said and get it done. Sir, what I'm saying is there is light. But there's no such thing as darkness. There's an absence of light. An absence of light that we call darkness. But that's our perception. That is only our perception. We gave it a name, but it doesn't really exist. It's the lack of light. What exists is light. And if it's not there, then there is nothing. So you have light or nothing. I fail to see your point, son. Sir, I would like to ask you one more question. Ask. Is there heat? Now there's heat. Everybody knows there's heat. It's getting hot in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there cold? Son, you are pushing yourself. I don't know how you got signed up in my class. You don't know there's cold? Of course there's cold. No, sir, there's not. We have heat, and we measure heat in BTU, British thermal units. We measure heat in degrees on a thermometer. We have hot, we have very hot, we have the hottest of hot, and then after that is Indian food, and it gets really hot. I couldn't help it, I had to say that. But sir, you can bring heat, but can you bring cold? Because there's no limit on how high heat can go, according to your testable evidence, but there is a limit on how cold can go. 452 degrees Kelvin. After that, it doesn't get any colder than that. That's it. That's the coldest cold there is, according to your science, your testable evidence. What's your point, boy? Point is, sir, we give a name to something to describe how we perceive it, but it doesn't mean it exists. Sir, what's your opinion of God? You asking me? There isn't any God. Why? What do you mean, why? Can you prove there's a God? Show me a God. Anyway, hey, God, where are you? Oh, the blah. Remember, I'm just doing a part, okay? Sir, why don't you believe in God? That's simple, boy. Because we're talking about testable evidence here. If I don't hear it, if I don't see it, if I don't smell it, if I don't taste it, if I can't feel it with my hands, it don't exist. Oh, really? Sir, is there sound? You pushing me, boy. You pushing me. There is sound, yes? Yeah. All right. So there's sound that is very quiet, medium, loud, very loud, louder than loud. Yes or no? Yes. Sir, is there something called silence? I'd like to have some if there is any right now. No, sir, there's no such thing as silence. It's the absence of sound. Again, it's a perception that we give it. Boy, you're pushing my buttons. But what I'm saying, son, is this. There ain't no God, because I don't see no God, I don't hear no God, I can't smell him, can't taste him, can't feel him, and I can't even imagine a God, therefore there is no God. Really, sir? You earlier mentioned something to us about God being good. But isn't good something that we give a perception to, too? And, sir, isn't it true that every human being is born is going to die sooner or later? So, how do you know what's the best way for you to live or die? What would be your evidence for that? What would be your evidence for where you came from? And when you look to the stars, when you look to the constellations, when you look to the planets, and you look at how they're designed, and they're all in a pattern. Are they in a pattern? Yeah. Where did the pattern come from? No answer. Sir, aren't there spheres, round things, going around? And the other spheres, round things going around them, sir? Isn't that what's happening out there? So what? Is it true? Yes. And those are in patterns. And they're all working together, moving in the universe. Like a big, huge something moving, turning. Who designed that? It's not a design. What? You're going back to the glass that you drop on the ground. You're going back to this idea. If you drop it on the ground, it breaks into a lot of pieces, yes or no? I don't see your point. Just think, sir. Because isn't it also, according to your science, something called molecules? Yes. And aren't they little round things? Yes. What is your theory of the atom? Is it a round thing? So what? And doesn't it have little round things going around it too? Huh? Something you call the proton, neutron, electron. And don't they kind of work all together? So what? So you can't see either one with your naked eye. It wasn't until scientists invented a telescope that we knew what planets really were, right? And it wasn't until the study of the planet itself by looking at other constellations and planets we began to realize that our planet was also kind of moving around, something to do with that. Is it? So what? And sir, it wasn't until somebody invented the microscope that we could see anything like molecules and come up with the theory of the atoms. Is that true or false? So what? But all of this is organized. All of this is having patterns. And you said yourself that testable evidence. So we have very good evidence of some kind of organization. Who organized it? Who put it in this pattern that you see? Who did that? Did you? No answer. Sir, you talked about God being good. You talked about the things that happen to human beings. And we already said that this is what we perceive. But we don't really know what is good. We don't know what's best for us. But if there's a creator of everything that has been created, and then he's the one who's taking care of everything, he's the sustainer, and then he's the one making things happen, it's up to him to decide what's the best for his creation, yes or no? No answer. Obviously, he's not going to answer that because he doesn't want to accept it, does he? Sir, I'd like to call your attention to something. This book. Son, don't be bringing any religion in my class. I don't want the book in here. I don't want you in here. I don't... Sir, excuse me. This has science in it. What? There is no religion, book, belief out there that's got any testable science. Okay. Sir, then that means if this does have testable science in it, then this means that you'll accept this as a science book and not a religion book.